Major League Baseball just got a ton of new free agents yesterday. The tender deadline was at 8 p.m. on Monday night, and we saw 56 new players added to the free agent pool that were not tendered by their team. Tendering a contract in Major League Baseball is essentially agreeing to pay this man at some point during the year after they go through arbitration or if they settle outside of arbitration. Non-tendered means they don't even want to go to arbitration with you. You're off the team. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you about some of these new MLB free agents that can actually have an impact on some teams in 2020, because there's actually some pretty decent players that weren't given a contract yesterday. As always with these videos, if you guys do enjoy them, make sure to leave a like. That's the best way to show your support. Subscribe if you're new and you enjoy the content. If you love baseball, click that sub button, join the team. Remember to get in the comment section down below. Give me your thoughts and opinions on what players you think are the most valuable that weren't tendered on Monday. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GiraffeNeckMarc. Links in the description. I'm always talking baseball over there. So let's get it started with the most obvious, the best choice as an impact player that wasn't tendered, and that's going to be Blake Treinen. When Blake Treinen's on, he has the ability to be one of the nastiest and hardest pitchers to hit in all of Major League Baseball, and we saw that in 2018 where he had a career season. 68 appearances, a .78 ERA, and 80 and 1/3 innings pitched. He only gave up 7 runs on the season, 2 home runs, struck out 100 batters, walking 21 of them, and had a whip at .834, good enough to make him an All-Star, 6th in the Cy Young voting, and 15th in MVP. 2019 was a different story for Blake Treinen. He was not nearly as successful. He lost his closer role in Oakland, didn't get as many big innings anymore down the stretch when the A's were competing for a playoff spot, and when you look at his numbers, you can see that he definitely took a step back. 57 appearances last year, 4.91 ERA in 58 and 2/3 innings, gave up 9 homers, 32 runs on the year, only struck out 59 batters and walked 37 of them, and his whip was 1.619, almost double what it was the previous year. So he struggled big time in 2019. Now, he wasn't completely healthy, he had some injury problems, but even when he was on the mound, he wasn't great. Now, why would he be an impact reliever? Well, did you see what he did in 2018? People don't just happen to have a .78 ERA and forget how to pitch. The injuries were clearly a huge factor last year in his down performance. This is a guy who, when he is healthy, can be a top reliever in the game. Now, for a lot of teams, he might not be their closer, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a lot of value. As a 7th inning guy, an 8th inning guy, he can still be shut down. Teams like the Red Sox, the Mets, the Yankees, the Dodgers, literally anybody should be interested in this guy. He is the best player that was non-tendered thus far. Cesar Hernandez of the Philadelphia Phillies was also non-tendered yesterday. He won't have as big of an impact as Blake Treinen will on a team, in my opinion, but he still is a very serviceable second baseman, and for a team maybe like the Red Sox, maybe for the Cubs, who need to fill that hole with someone who can consistently play almost every single day, he might be a really good choice. Hernandez has never been much of a power hitter, with a career high in home runs at 15 hit in 2018, and 2019 may not have been the best season of his career, but he still played a decent second base. In 161 games, he hit 14 homers, 31 doubles, and 3 triples to give him 71 RBIs, 279 average with a 333 on base, 408 slugging, and a 741 OPS. Defensively, he's not bad. He's actually above average. So with Cesar Hernandez, you're not getting an all-star. You're not getting this huge impact player, but for a team who has a very complete lineup, a complete infield, and they just need another guy at second base to just step in and be better than a replacement or 4A type player, Cesar Hernandez can be a really good option for you, and I can't imagine he's going to cost too much. He's not a top 10 second baseman in the league. You'd be able to get him for cheap, be able to sign him for a year if he doesn't do well. If he does well, congrats, you got a nice pickup. Kevin Gausman, give me a chance here, because he actually could be a decent little pickup for a team. I don't think he is anything above a 5-starter for any major league team, unless you're like the Royals or the Tigers, who just has no pitching. But in the right scenario, Kevin Gausman can be a very effective number 5, or even a long guy out of the bullpen, especially with the 26-man rosters now. 2019 was a shaky season. Kevin Gausman probably wants to forget about it. Start off with the Braves, had a horrible season, an ERA in the 6s, whip approaching 1.5, he was not looking good. The Reds eventually got him, he pitched a little bit better, ERA in the 4s, whip down to 1.16, but still just not really clicking on all cylinders, a little inconsistent. You look back at previous years, he pitched really well in the second half of the season with Atlanta in 2018. He's pitched well with the Orioles in the past as well. Kevin Gausman can be a nice addition for a team to add for some depth in their rotation, a number 5 starter, a long guy in the bullpen. I don't think he's going to be the difference between a team necessarily winning the World Series and making the playoffs, but he's not a bad arm to have. You're going to have injuries to pitchers down the line. He's at least done it before. He has some numbers that you can go off of. He's not just some random schmo off the streets. So the Giants non-tendered Kevin Pillar yesterday. He's going to be a part of this video as well. Definitely not the player that he once was, but he did do some stuff last year with San Francisco that leads you to believe that he still has a little bit left in the tank. Now, personally, I don't see Kevin Pillar as an everyday center fielder in Major League Baseball anymore. The Giants use him in center field a lot. There's rumors that he still wants to play center field and that teams might use him in center field this year. I think there's better options out there, but he did play better defensively in 2019 than he did the previous 2 years, so there is something to go off there. The big news with Kevin Pillar was last year he hit a career high in home runs with 21, and that was playing in San Francisco, which, by the way, is a very not hitter-friendly park. If you're a pitcher, you love to play there. If you're a hitter, you absolutely hate it. Now, we're gonna have a laugh because he got 1 MVP vote. Shout out to the San Francisco Giants Giants writer who did that. He's not the MVP though. 21 homers, 37 doubles, 3 triples, and 87 RBIs on the season while stealing 14 bases. 264 batting average, 293 on base, yikes. Only walked 18 times. 442 slugging and a 735 OPS. Defensively was just average, like I said, so I don't see him as a center fielder anymore, but maybe as a fourth outfielder or a platoon option for a team, he might be a decent fit. I don't really want the Mets to get him though, and I'm afraid that's what we're gonna do instead of going after Starling Marte. Get me Starling Marte. Not part of the video though. Let's move on. We actually had a Gold Glove Award winner of 2019 be non-tendered, and that was Yolmer Sanchez from the Chicago White Sox. Here's the thing with Yolmer Sanchez. It's very simple. You get absolutely disgusting fielding at second base, arguably the best second baseman defensively in Major League Baseball, but you get some of the worst offense at second base in Major League Baseball as well. So again, for a team that might have an absolutely loaded lineup, Yolmer Sanchez could be a decent player to have in there just to improve your defense up the middle. But if you're a team that needs production offensively out of your second baseman, needs a little bit more than just a glove, Yolmer Sanchez is not your guy. So he's on this list because he fits into very specific situations. Because like I said, he has no offense, and let me just read you his numbers so you understand. Last year in 149 games, Yolmer Sanchez had 2 homers, 20 doubles, 4 triples to give himself 43 RBIs, a 252 batting average, 318 on base, 321 slugging, and a 638 OPS. Pretty abysmal. But like I said, one of the best fielders at second base in the game. You're getting him for his glove, not for his bat. CJ Cron finds himself in the video. He was non-tendered by the Minnesota Twins. This one's not a surprise because the Twins don't really need him at first base right now. They have other guys that they could put there. They can make an upgrade. But CJ Cron definitely deserves to be talked about in today's video. The last 2 seasons for CJ Cron have been pretty good, and those were really the first 2 seasons of his career where he was getting consistent playing time. With Tampa Bay, he hit 30 homers, 28 doubles, 74 RBIs, slugging percentage at .493, OPS at .816. With Minnesota, 25 homers, 24 doubles, 78 RBIs, slugging .469, OPS .780. Defensively at first base, not great. He's got a bit of stone hands over there, but he can definitely swing the bat. If your team needs a right-handed power bat that can play first base, play DH, he might be a solution for you. I don't see him going anywhere outside of the American League. Maybe a team in the National League that just needs people to fill spots, but I think he still holds some value. He has a lot of power in that bat, absolutely crushes left-handed pitching, 11 home runs and 129 at-bats. Like, he can destroy some left-handed pitching. Maybe the Giants platoon him with Brandon Bell? I don't know. But I think he does have some value for a team somewhere. Domingo Santana. This one pains me, because every time I see Domingo Santana play, I go, this guy can be so good, but he just never lives up to the hype. He has not burst through that ceiling just yet, because I feel like he has the potential to absolutely break out like crazy, just hasn't done it. So the reason he's on here is because I'm willing to take that risk again. I'm willing to be wrong again with Domingo Santana. This is a guy who I believe can be a really good hitter in Major League Baseball. He's shown signs of it before. I think he just needs to get in the right environment. Don't know what it is, but I'd give this guy a chance. He started off the year so hot in March and April with the Mariners. Did really well the first month. He hit 6 home runs. Drove in 30 RBIs. I know RBIs are a situation of your environment, but he was still hitting with runners in scoring position. 292 batting average, 359 on base, 485 slugging, and 843 OPS. Slow month of May. Went off in June. 8 homers, 5 doubles, 20 RBIs, 295 batting average, 375 on base, 554 slugging, and 929 OPS. But then in July, August, and September, he forgot how to hit again. The guy is just so inconsistent. The problem is he struck out 164 times last year and 450 at-bats. A strikeout percentage of 36%. But I feel like if you're a team who has the ability to give him a chance, why not? He has so much power. I'd give him a shot. The second to last player I want to talk about in today's video is going to be Taijuan Walker, and the reason I'm keeping it brief is there's not a whole lot to talk about with him. He's only made 4 starts in the last 2 seasons due to Tommy John surgery, 3 in 2018, 1 in 2019. And obviously you're getting him coming back from Tommy John surgery, so that's always definitely caution. But with Taijuan Walker, if he can return to the form that he was at before Tommy John surgery, he had really good stuff, threw real hard, had nasty breaking pitches. He was a top prospect in the Mariners organization back in the day. He has shown spurts of being a very solid pitcher. Is he going to be a frontline starter for you? Absolutely not. He wouldn't have been non-tendered. The Diamondbacks would have taken that chance with him. But if you're a team that needs some depth, needs a number 5 starter, maybe even a number 4 at most, Taijuan Walker could be a really good pickup for you. He's better than a 4 or 5 starter. It's just right now in 2020, you got to ease him back into pitching. He's only thrown, what, 14 innings in the last 2 years? Got to ease him in. He's probably only going to pitch maybe 100 innings this year. I'd be shocked if he goes more than 125. Hopefully you can rebuild him back to be the pitcher that he once was. You can find a nice diamond in the rough here. And then the final player I want to mention is Travis Shaw. Yes, the mayor of DDC, Ding Dong City, has been non-tendered by the Brewers, who look like they could use him probably right about now. But here's the thing. 2019, Travis Shaw looked like he forgot how to play baseball, which comes off off of two really strong seasons in 2018 with the Brewers, where you thought, wow, they made a great trade trading him for Tyler Thornburg. They still might have won the trade, but that's only because Tyler Thornburg was so bad. So the previous 2 years, OPS way above 800, 30 homers, 90 RBIs, he was making an impact at third and first base. 86 games played, 7 homers, 5 doubles, 16 RBIs, 157 batting average, 281 on base, 270 slugging, and a 551 OPS. Those numbers almost don't feel real. He had a lower slugging percentage than on base percentage. This is a guy who the previous 2 years we saw hit 30 plus homers, and this was the season where the ball was juiced the entire year. Why not take a risk on Travis Shaw? Maybe the Brewers even tried to bring him back. I would be shocked. It's not going to cost you a lot either. So those are the players that were non-tendered as of yesterday that I feel like could have an impact on the 2020 season for your favorite team. I would love to know which players you think could have an impact down in the comments below. Remember to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. That's the best way to show your support, as well as subscribe to the channel if you're new and you enjoy the content. If you're not following me on Twitter and Instagram, make sure you drop me a follow over there. GiraffeNeckMarc, links in the description. Otherwise, we're wrapping up the video there today. Not missing an upload in the month of December. We're coming at you with all the videos. Appreciate you guys. You know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video right here, as well as this is my most recent upload. So click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another video.